Greetings people of the world, today I will be reviewing this, the AllPowers S1500 power station. This compact beast has a battery capacity of 1092 watt-hours. That's almost 1.1 kilowatts of power. It also has 1500 watts output on the AC and it can peak at 3000 watts AC. As you can see, it has a bunch of outputs and inputs, but I'll talk more about that later. This one is the EU version for the European Union, but you can also buy this in Great Britain for a Great Britain version with Great Britain sockets, and you can also buy it in the US and Canada for lower voltage. It's at 110 or 120 volts, I'm not really sure, but you can check that out on the homepage. And when we're talking about the homepage, there's a link below where you right now can buy this at 899 euros. And if you use the code below, you'll get 15% off as well. So if you're interested, go down and follow that link and you'll get 15% off on everything on the AllPower homepage. When it comes to size, this is really a tiny little beast. It has a lot of power, but the size is only 19 centimeters times 22 centimeters times 32 centimeters. And hopefully I managed to get in what is in inches as well. I just have to do some calculations. Today I will be testing the outputs, the AC outputs, and I'm going to see what happens when we draw more than 1500 watts. See if the over discharge protection works as it should. I will also tell you about the inputs and the outputs. And one good thing about this is that you can charge it with 300 watts of solar. But more about that later. So, let's get into the testing and showing you everything this can do. And there it is. So in the front you got 4 AC connections. These can each give out 1500 watts, but not more than 1500 watts in total. So if you put in 1500 watts here, you won't be able to put any load on here, but you can also put 350 watts each and still have room over for some USB connections. This button is for the Bluetooth connection. I'll show you that in a bit. Then you have the DC connection, which turn on the DC output and turn off the same. And then you have the AC sockets. You have to press this for a couple of seconds, then it's turned on. The fan starts working, but after a few seconds it's turned off if there's no load or if the load is low. To turn the AC off, you just hold it in and it's off. You also have 2 LED lights. They can't flash, they're just on and off, which is all I need. So if we go over to this side, we have a couple of outputs. We have 2 DC outputs at 12 volts. These DC outputs can output 60 watts each. And you also have some USB connections, and the USB-C connection can output up to 100 watts, so it's enough to power most appliances that use USB-C. On the back there's no output, and on the other side you have an Anderson connection for your input or DC, and you also have a DC connection. This is where you plug in your charger or your solar input. And here on this one, I never opened it, there you go. You have a car jack or a cigarette input, output, whatever you want to use it for. And that's it. What you see is what you get. You have the AC output, you have USB, and you have a couple of input alternatives. Nothing fancy, but it does the job and it's got all the connections that you might need. So to charge this, you have this massive brick that comes with. It's an AC adapter and it can charge up to 300 watts. And the charge time with this 300 watt charger is about 3 hours, but then you have to also use the USB-C import to charge it. But you can charge it in 3 hours, which is fairly good for a 1 kilowatt power station. Alright, let's do load test. We're gonna see what load this can take. It's rated for 1500 watts at continuous and a peak wattage of 3000, and that means that it should be able to draw or pull 1500 watts until the battery is empty, and for a short period of time it should be able to pull up to 3000 watts, and that's because there's some power tools and motors and so they need more power when they're starting up than when they're actually working. So you need an extra pair of seconds just to get a motor started, and then it can run for continuous for a longer time. To do this, I have my laptop and I have a power tool. And my laptop is using about 150-200 watts, and this is rated for 1350 watts. So let's see how this will work out. I got my laptop connected to this power strip. I'm gonna connect this. Let's put a lap for now. There we go. I'm gonna turn on the AC. Boop. And the fan kicks in, and it will be going for a couple of seconds before it turns itself off. And you probably can't see this, but it's now pulling around. Oh, it's only 77 watts. Well, let's see how this works out. Safety first. And now I can't hear myself, but let's plug this in. And it's not... Okay, are you ready? I will have to mute this, otherwise, well, I'm gonna break your speakers. So disappointing. I was only up to about 800 watts. So we have to bring in my little friend. This is my little friend. This one is rated for 750 watts. I think that's off. If it's not off, we're gonna see how the over discharge protection works. Well, it was off. So let's turn on this. 750 watts. And we're up to 765 with the computer. Safety. Power tool. Let's turn the AC off. I'm so happy. I've been trying this out for a while. I've been using all the power tools I have in my garage. But now I finally managed to get around 1500 watts, and as you can see, it was working just fine. But we can do another test. We're gonna see how the over discharge protection works. So let's start this up. I love these plugs. They're perfect for keeping dirt out of the machine. Perfect. And let's turn this one on. This one is at 1250 watts. The lower one is at 750 watts. So if I use them at the same time, it will be using 2000 watts or thereabout. And when I turn this on, it will probably work for about 2 seconds and then turn itself off. And that's how long time a motor needs extra juice to get started. So let's see what's gonna happen. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, about 2 seconds. And that's a really loud beep so that you know that it's actually turned off. And all you have to do now to get the AC working again is to well, start it up again. This is a really nice safety feature that it turns itself off so you don't, well, actually burn the equipment. So it works. It can continuously put, or you can pull 1500 watts without a problem, and you can also draw more from it for 2 seconds before the over discharge protection kicks in. So, good work AllPowers. You deliver as promised.
Start AllPowers app and press Bluetooth devices. Then you follow the steps you've already done and you press next step. And you start scanning and immediately you will see your power station, and it's just to press it and you're connected. It takes a second and here you are. And here a good overview where you can turn on or off the AC. You can do the same with the DC connections. You can also switch between 50 and 60 Hertz and turn on and off the LED lights on the front. Up in the right corner you have a settings menu. If you enter there, you can change the name of your device. I've chosen to change mine to version 3.0 because I'm gonna put a sticker on it. So it's a new version for me. Here you can also check the input and output in real time. So let's say that you're using this in the back of your car and you're driving, or you're not driving, you're probably a passenger. You can always see how much power you have left in your device without needing to stop the car, which can be really useful. And one good thing with this product is that you can also log in with a couple of different companies: Google, Facebook, WeChat and QQ. And by doing this you can store your information, you can store your different AllPowers devices, so you don't need to connect to them each time. But it's really easy to connect, so I wouldn't really worry about signing in. But if you want to do it, you can do it. You can also use it without signing in. And I know a lot of people don't want to store their things in the cloud, so this is a good alternative. Okay, that's the app. It's really simple, it's really straightforward, and not a lot of fuss. Well, that's it.
So, in conclusion, do I like it? Yes. AllPowers deliver again. And if you follow my channel, you know that I've done a lot of AllPowers reviews. And so far, they've never let me down. I've been using their products for a couple of years. And anything I have bought or used, it works great. This is no exception. You get a really good quality-made power station with 1.1 kilowatts for a ridiculously low sum. And I like the fact that it's so nimble, it's so small. Well, it's not small, but for this size of power station or this capacity, it's really small. You can actually carry this with you. I also like the caps, they're covering the AC input. They are doing a good job for me keeping dirt out of the AC sockets. And yeah, it might not be the most fancy power station, but I don't need that. I need power, and this one delivers. So if you're interested in a power station above 1 kilowatt, I think this is the way to go. Quality made, you know that it won't catch fire, it has an overcharge protection, it has a low voltage protection, it has protection from everything, and it does the job. And if you like this review, don't forget to give it a thumb up, and if you want to see more reviews, please subscribe. And if you have any questions, write them in the comments, and I promise you I'll do my best to answer them for you. And if you have any more tests you want me to do on this, then well, just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it. And I'll post another video of it if it's a big demand, otherwise I'll just get back to you in person. I hope this has been a good video. If you have anything I can improve, also write that in the comments. And well, I hope you have a really nice day, and hopefully one day you have one of these of your own. Otherwise, you have something else. Hopefully you'll have a nice day at least. Bye.